everybody, welcome back to Epic Beauty Fail. I'm Jessica. On today's video, I'm starting off my July 5 days of foundation, and this month we're going to be doing stick foundations. I have not had very much experience with this at all. In fact, I think I've only ever used one stick foundation, and I used it for a video and then washed it off right away. So I don't really have any experience with full day wear tests. In fact, the one that I'm talking about was the, let me grab it, I have it right here. The Flower Beauty, what is this called? The Stick Foundation Skin Cognito is what it says. But I got this from Walmart several months ago, and I did try it out for one video, but I did not wear it full day. So this is going to be during this month. So you'll see this actually tomorrow. You'll see this on Tuesday. But today I am starting off with one of the most hyped stick foundations that I've ever seen in my entire life, and it is the Hourglass Vanish Seamless Finish Foundation Stick. Now I'm going to be doing a lot of running around today, so I'm hoping that this looks okay. This is supposed to be full coverage, and I'm also hoping that I have the right shade. Now I did buy this a couple months ago, and you guys might have seen it in my unboxing. It was stuck to the lid when I received it, and they sent me a second one, and that one was stuck to the lid. So I gave up. I got a refund for one of them. I did not get a refund for the other one. They were supposed to refund me for both since they both came damaged, but they did not, and I didn't fight it. They did refund me, like I said, the one. But I'm going to be using this today. I'm hoping it's the right shade. But this is what I'm going to be putting on my skin. All right, so before we get going, I do have some products that I already put on my face. So I've already actually filmed a video this morning with my son Nicholas. It actually posted probably about 6 weeks ago when you're seeing this, because I am trying to film my July foundation reviews a little bit early, about a month early, because we are going on vacation the end of June. But I felt very dry because I washed everything off that Nicholas had put on my face. I will link that video down below if you're interested. He did my full face of makeup. But my skin was feeling a little dry because I just did wash it. And anyway, so I did put some moisturizer on. This is the Tarte Drink of H2O. This is a moisturizing gel. I put that all over my face, paying special attention to my under eyes. I then also sprayed my face with my Pixi Hydrating Milky Mist. Then I sprayed my face with the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. Can you tell I felt a little dry? Then for primer, I put two primers on today. I put the IT No. 50 Serum Foundation around the outside of my face, and then just on the center, a little bit on my forehead, on my nose, and around my trouble areas here, I did put the Hourglass Veil Mineral Primer with broad spectrum SPF 15 on, like I said, my nose and my trouble areas around my nose and around my mouth. So that's what's on my face so far. Now we'll go ahead and go to the Hourglass website, and I'm going to read you a little bit about this foundation. So I did not get the fairest shade in this. The fairest shade is Blanc, followed by Cream, which is very fair with cool undertones, and then Alabaster, which is fair with cool undertones, and then the shade that I got, which was Porcelain, which was fair with neutral undertones. So this is the shade I picked up. I'm hoping it matches. This shade goes very, very light, so I didn't want to get too light. And then it actually has some darker shades as well, which is nice. So all right, I'm going to go ahead and read you the details from their website. It says a revolutionary foundation stick with the coverage of a concealer, the fluidity of a liquid, and the weightlessness of a powder in a long-wearing waterproof formula for undetectable full coverage. The unprecedented concentration of pigment in this foundation provides maximum coverage with minimum product, concealing all discoloration and imperfections for flawless skin with a seamless finish. Now, I'm going to read the how to use, because this says to use very sparingly, but most people will put stripes all over their face. I just don't know how to use it. So the how to use, it says use a primer, specifically their, veil primer, but it says use a primer, dot 3 triangular dots in the center of both sides of the face. So I guess 3 here, 3 here. Okay, so 3 dots on the chin, 3 dots on the tops of the cheekbones, and 3 dots on the forehead. and then use their foundation brush, which I'm not going to do. And then 3 dots under each eye and use the foundation brush. So that's full coverage. For sheer to medium coverage, which I prefer, so it just says dot wherever. Okay. All right, let's try it out. I'm going to actually go less is more right now, and we will build up as needed. So I'm just going to put 1 dot there, 1 dot, 1 dot, 1 dot, 1 dot. I'm going to put 2 dots up here and 1 on my nose. I'm going to be using the Sigma Round Kabuki F82. I'll use this on this side. I'm going to try to use the sponge on this side, but I think a foundation brush is going to be better because of the thickness. And it does say use circular motion. So, honestly, it disappeared. Do you see that? It just kind of disappeared. Let me try the sponge on this side and see if it even works. Yeah. It'll work, but I don't like it. Alright, I'm going to put the sponge aside. I'm going to stick with the F82 Round Kabuki, and I'm definitely going to put more on. Because that's got it, and that's definitely sheer coverage. Alright, I'm going to put more on. I'm going to actually put a couple of stripes on my face. Alright, so I'm actually starting to like the look of this. I do need a little bit more on my chin. So I'm going to put a little bit more down here. And then it said you can use it as concealer. I don't know if that's true or not, but I'm going to put a little bit on my under eyes. And we're going to go with this as my concealer. I did pull out another concealer that I've been really loving recently. But we'll go with this as the concealer and see how it looks. Okay, so I'm not... This foundation's a little weird. So in certain angles, it looks a little bit too yellow for me, but then in other angles, it looks like a perfect shade match. So I don't know, guys. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think of this shade. Do you think it matches me or not? Like I said, in this coloring right now, maybe it'll look different in natural light. But in the studio lights that I have here, it's looking, like I said, I'll turn my head one way and it'll look really yellow back in here. And then I'll look like this and it looks like I don't have a line. Like I don't feel like I have a line. Like, and I try to keep looking to see, okay, do I need to blend this down my chin a little bit? Yes, no, I don't know. For now, the way I have it built, it is definitely not a super full coverage, but I don't like that. So I'm okay with this. And that's another thing that's kind of confusing me is I'm looking at this finish and I'm expecting to see it to be heavier because everybody always talks about this as like the best full coverage foundation. I don't feel like this is super full coverage, but I didn't put a whole lot on. Especially when you see how much other people are putting on. I really did not put a lot on. But I'm liking the way this is looking so far. Like I said, I did not use a ton of this. You guys saw how much I used, and I'm really liking it. And this is expensive. But I will say this. I have 2 of these because, like I said, it was damaged. So they sent me a replacement, which was damaged. And then they only replaced one of them. Or they only refunded me one of them. So I do actually have 2 of these sticks. I have one in the drawer still, and then I have this one here that's been on my table waiting to be tried. So if I like this... I only paid 50% for it. Guys. I don't know. All right, what time is it? Because I'm afraid this is actually starting to sit a little bit deeper into my lines and such as I'm sitting here. But it is 11:05. I think the camera's picking that up. It's 11:05, 11:06. I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of my makeup. And I will be back to let you know what I think. I don't know that I'm going to powder this. Let's see. It's transferring just a little bit. So I'm going to put a little bit of powder, but I'm going to be using my Hourglass Ambient Edit 3, and the first one, the one color in here is the finishing powder, so I'm going to actually use that powder. It's this one right here. This one right here. I'm going to be using that powder on my face today. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of my makeup, and I will be right back. All right, everybody, I am back, done with my makeup. It is right now 11:34, so I'm actually going to call this check-in about 11:30. I definitely finished my face much before that, but we'll call it 11:30. So I'll be wearing this until about 7:30 tonight. Right now, oh, on my face, I have the Hourglass Ambient Edit 3 that I got at Christmas last year. I have the finishing powder. I actually have the finishing powder in, what is this, dim light mixed with the bronzer in luminous bronze. So I dipped into both of those for my contour, and then I dipped into both of the blushes for my blush. I did not use the highlighter in here because I used the highlighter in here, which is the Ambient Metallic Strobe Lighting Palette. I dipped into the cream and the pink shades. I do have to try the chocolate shade at some point. I haven't tried that yet on my skin. Not sure how well it will look, but I haven't tried it, so I do want to. On my eyes, I have the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. I have the Viseart Tryst Palette. I used the I don't know how to pronounce all these words. I used this shade here. Well, let me get the plastic around. I used this shade. I used this shade, which are the only two matte shades in here. I used this shade right here. I used this shade here and this shade here. So I used about half the shades in this palette to do my eye look. I used the Hourglass 1.5 millimeter Obsidian mechanical gel eyeliner on both the upper lash line as well as the waterline. I like this, but it has a tendency to make my eyes water. So throughout the day, the line that's in my waterline will start to disappear because this does, for some reason, make my eyes water. I like it. It's really nice. It smooths on really easily and very, very soft, but it always makes my eyes water. And then I have my Benefit Roller Lash on my lashes. On my lips, I have the MAC lip liner in Boldly Bare with the Ofra liquid lipstick in the shade Charmed on my lips. And then I used the MAC Fix Plus Prep and Prime Fix Plus all over my face. So that's everything that's on my face right now. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom you in and we can talk about this foundation. All right, so far, half an hour in, I am really liking this foundation. I really didn't want to, but I am really liking this foundation. And maybe it's just stick foundations. I have not tried a stick foundation before, except for, like I said, for that one video. I can't remember ever really trying it any other time. Sorry, I put my mascara on before I sprayed my face, and sometimes this mascara gets sticky after I spray. Sometimes it doesn't. I don't know. Maybe it's just how much I spray on and when. So if I'm rubbing my eyelashes because they're sticking together. And for some reason, it's just this eye. This eye never has that problem. Anyhow, I'm really liking the foundation. I'm really liking the finish, like a lot. I don't feel like it's getting into any of my lines too much. Checking out my chin, because that's a consistent problem area for me. Around my nose, it's getting in the lines a little bit, but not too bad. I'm liking the finish. Now, some of that might be the powders look really nice. I really do like these powders. Yeah, I don't know. Right now, I think it's looking really good. Really good. So I'm going to check in around 3:30, and I will let you know how it's wearing about 4 hours in, and we'll talk about it then. But for right now, half an hour in, I'm really liking this foundation. I can understand why people say this is their holy grail foundation, so it's expensive. Yeah, but for right now, I'm really liking it. I'm hoping it stays good, and I'm hoping that everybody says it's their holy grail is completely being honest, because right now I'm liking it a lot. So anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and get about my day. We are going to visit with family for lunch and visit with family for dinner, and so I'll be running around today. It is not raining today, which is good. I'm filming this. It was raining all week, so this is the first day in about 6 or 7 days that it hasn't rained, which is nice. So it's not raining today, so I won't be able to test the waterproof capabilities of this foundation, which I think I did read that it said it was waterproof. But all right, I will see you guys in about 4 hours. Okay guys, I made a mistake. I forgot to check in, so it is 6:30. So I've had this on for 7 hours already. But I wanted to show you guys in natural light what this looked like. I will tell you though that it's been very warm. It's in the like low 80s, but it's very high humidity here today. So I've been sweating quite a bit. So I'm a little bit oilier than I normally am because I've been running around and stuff. So I just wanted to do a quick check-in, show you guys my skin right now, even though I've already had it on for 7 hours, but I did want to show it to you in natural light. So just a really quick check-in. I'm going to be checking in from home. We're about to head into the grocery store, but I will be checking in from home probably around 8 o'clock, 8:30, something like that. So, but right now I'm not minding it, other than looking kind of oily, but there's nothing this could have done for that. So, all right, I will see you guys at my final check-in. All right, everybody, I'm back. And the time is now 8:30. So I've had this makeup on for over 9 hours. I like it. I mean, right now I'm pretty greasy, so I'm just gonna like pat my face, and nothing's transferring off. It does look like the oils are coming out. My nose too. Now that is coming off my nose. I noticed that earlier, that it was definitely coming off my nose if I touched it. I actually had to do a touch-up on my nose earlier today because I had rubbed my hand across it and it came off. So I did have to do a touch-up there. But overall, on that tissue, not a lot came off. I don't know how much is going to show through on the camera, but other than my nose, just a very hint of the makeup came off. And I know a tissue is not a blotting sheet. I know. I just don't have any blotting sheets. But overall, so it did come off around my nose piece on my sunglasses. Overall, I'm really pleased with this. I'm going to zoom you in and we can look at it a little bit closer. There's a couple of spots that I'm a little bit concerned about, and we will talk about that. Overall, I think, personally, that my forehead looks fine. Perfect. It doesn't look like I've had this on for 9 hours, other than being that I was greasy. But I did tell you guys that it's been very humid here today. Not like super, super hot, but it's definitely been humid, mid-80s. Sweating weather, basically. So my forehead actually looks really good, given that. Now it's in the line a little bit, like on here. It is definitely in there a little bit. It rubbed off on my nose piece. It rubbed off my nose just now when I blotted it with a tissue. That seems to be my problem area with this foundation. And then there's one other area, and I'm not sure how well the camera's going to pick it up, so I'm going to probably lean into the camera a little bit. It is zoomed in as far as it'll go, but I think I'm going to lean in a little bit and show you my chin, because there's something weird going on with my chin. So I'm not sure how well the camera will be picking this up, but right in here, it really like settled into every little crease on my chin, like this area right here. That I think's a little weird. It's on both sides too, but just I get a better camera angle leaning this way. So it happened on this side as well. Other than that, just these two spots on my chin, I think it looks really good. And I didn't really want it to. I think this foundation's what, like $50-something for a third of an ounce? Quarter of an ounce, is that right? 0.25 ounces? Let's see what this, I can't read that little sticker. I think it's 0.25 ounces. And it's like $50-something. Where's my phone? Look on Sephora here real quick. I think it's 52 maybe, or 56. I'm sorry, it's $46 for the quarter of an ounce. So that is very expensive. Now I know it's a stick foundation, but it is quite expensive, so I didn't want to like this as much as I do. I feel like the shade match was just about perfect on my skin. I do not feel like it oxidized. I'm looking at the mirror down here. I do not feel that it oxidized, and a lot of foundations do oxidize on my skin. I do not feel that this one did. I feel that the finish is very, very pretty, very luminous. Now, some of that is my oils. I did use the blurring powder or the finishing powder. My eyes are all blurry, but I did use the finishing powder, and that did matte it a little bit, make it a little bit more matte. But I do like this foundation. I didn't really want to, but I do. Yeah. If I can figure out how to get my chin not to look that weird. Now, keep in mind, this has been on for 9 hours. And I did not really notice that before. The only reason why I noticed it is because I had the mirror like right up next to my face and was really looking to see if there was anything that I had concerns about. Even like around my nose, it really didn't crease up very much, like, or cake up, excuse me, right around my nose. And that is one area that foundations do tend to get really deep in that crease because I do have kind of like a bulbous nose at the bottom. I don't know, guys. I really like this foundation. Yeah. So, I don't know what else to say. I like it. There's those couple of areas of concern. I'm going to look to see if I can put maybe some more pore filling primer down in this area, or maybe just powder it a little bit more. Because I know those are problem areas for me. And I'm very, like, animated. I'm very animated, so my face moves around a lot throughout the day. I don't know. I'm looking around my mouth to see if that's a problem, but it's not. And even like, so I actually washed my mouth. I totally forgot I had makeup on. That's how good this feels, is I totally forgot I had makeup on. And I was eating some chips and I just got a little bit of water on my hand and just like ran it around my lips because, the salt, I felt that my lips were feeling a little bit dry because of the salt. And of course, wearing lipstick, anytime I wear lipstick, my lips feel very dry. So I just put like a little bit of water around my lips and I wiped off some of the foundation, but it doesn't even look like it. It doesn't even look like it. Anyway. Do you guys like this foundation? It seems to be a lot of people's holy grail, and I know you can build it up even more and make it more full coverage. I prefer to have it look a lot more like skin. I feel like it's lightweight. I don't know, guys. I really like this. So, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up down below. If you haven't already and you'd like to be, hit the red subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that little bell to notify you when I do upload new videos. And if you have any comments, leave those in the comment section down below. And I will see you guys tomorrow for the next foundation review. Again, it's Stick foundations all this week. And I will see you then. Bye.